What's up, good people? Y'all ready for freedom key number 7? I'm just gonna jump right in. Rest. Freedom key number 7 is learn how to rest. Okay. Now that sounds like common sense, right? But it's not, because most of us are not doing it. Okay. I'm not talking about sleeping at night. Let me tell you something. Sleep is involuntary, boo. It's involuntary. If you stay up long enough, eventually your body is going to go to sleep. It don't care if you're driving down the street, if you're sitting in church, if you could be in the middle of a conversation. If you go long enough without sleep, your body will take sleep. I'm talking about actually resting, being intentional about resting your mind and resting your body. Listen, when I was little, and I didn't realize what she was doing, but when I was little, sometimes when we would, me and my cousins would just get to bouncing around and just doing the absolute most. My grandmama would just make us rest. Like, she would just say, now all the elders did this during a storm, okay? You can forget about moving when it's a storm happening. But sometimes, even when it was just bright sunshine and we were just overly hyper, she would say, y'all come on in here and sit down and just rest yourself. Rest yourself meant shut up. It meant stop talking. Essentially, it meant, honey, turn this off. Turn everything off and be still. She really, without us realizing it, was teaching us how to rest. And that's something that we have really forgotten. We're not passing that on to the kids because we're not even doing it as grown people, all right? I looked around today, honey, and I had my desktop was up with a million tabs on it. My laptop had tabs on it, and I had my phone. And I'm bouncing back and forth between all of them, just doing stuff. Brain just going and going and going and going. We've gotten to the point where a lot of us are not even, our sleep at night is not even restful. We're tossing and turning. Some of us don't even turn the notifications off on our phone, and it's just stuff just constantly going. Listen, and now we done pass it on to the children. Y'all think that all this ADD and ADHD is just why is this so prevalent now? Okay, and we didn't see as much of this before, and now it's just the children's minds are overstimulated, baby. They are constantly doing something. They constantly talking. They constantly got a device in their hand. Constant stimulation. Never a time where they have to intentionally focus and rest their minds. And we, the grown people of the United States and other countries, but especially here, we are terrible with it. I have noticed myself that my attention span seems to be getting shorter by the day. It's getting harder for me to focus just on one project and just get it done. Some of us can't even sit down and watch a movie. All right, we got Netflix going, we got a movie on, we like the movie, but we keep on getting on our phones, scrolling, posting, clicking like, clicking share, constantly while the TV, we can't even focus on a movie that we like, because we never give our minds any rest. Learn how to rest. That's your freedom key. Let me tell you something. Some of us are in a position where we get to the point where we're overwhelmed, we're overly stressed out, we're consciously anxious. Okay, we're just anxious all the time, just consistently just anxious because it's so much on our minds. So y'all realize that social media is a blessing and a curse, because thanks to social media, or not thanks, we have access to 1,000 opinions a day. We are constantly inundated with people's opinions. We are constantly inundated with people with news. It used to be a time where you had to come home to turn the TV on to watch the news to get in people's business. Now, people's businesses are at your fingertips all day long. We are constantly engaging with folks all day long. Honey, sometimes you need to stop scrolling. You need to take time and be intentional about shutting that crap off. Because let me tell y'all this, all right? If you don't take the time to be intentional to give your mind some rest, it's going to take the time itself, all right? And let me tell y'all this. Nobody just has a great life and they're going great, and then they just wake up and they're too overwhelmed to get out of the bed. It's not how it happens. That breakdown, it's a slow build-up, baby, okay? And some folks that I have seen and work with in a mental health institution, okay, they were once very successful in their lives. They were once very successful at their jobs, okay? Nobody just wakes up and says, you know what? Life is going so great. I think I want to lose my mind now. Just see what that's like. Let me give it a whirl. That's not how it happens. It is a slow buildup of you not taking care of yourself and you not being intentional about just turning your brain off. Give it a rest. And let me tell you this. Once you start to put this into practice, It gets easier, but at first it's very difficult. My mind wanders off in space. I have had to, this is free therapy I'm giving you right here now, okay? It's called guided imagery. And I have a place when it's hard for me to focus. I have a place that I go to in my mind, honey. It's just me and Jesus, and we propped up against two rocks, and we got fishing poles in the water. We never catch anything. He don't say nothing to me. I don't say nothing to him. We just sit there. But that helps me to focus my mind so that when I get to wandering on, oh, I got to wash the clothes, got to make a grocery list, got to do this tomorrow, got to work on this project, blah, 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 and your brain just get to I bring myself back into focus. You can call it meditation. You can call it centering yourself. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but you need to get somewhere in your mind where there's a place of peace. And here goes a little secret. For some people, the inside of their mind is not a safe space. That's why they keep so much crap going on at all times. It is nothing but a distraction. Some people cannot stand silence. If you are one of those people, sugar, it ain't no shame in that, but you do need to reach out and get help so you can get to the bottom of why being alone and being quiet and being still is so scary for you. Silence is not comforting for everybody. Okay, and you need to get to a place where you can be silent and quiet and be still and not feel nervous, okay, and not feel like jittery, like you just have to be doing something at all times, okay? So that's your freedom key. That's for me and you, okay? Like I said, all of this is not me preaching and teaching at other folks. This is the stuff that I have gone through or am going through myself. That's why I'm able to tell you and share it with you, okay? I made a decision this morning, well, really yesterday morning, but I really put it into practice this morning that unless I have, I'm running late and I have to be at a meeting at a certain time, honey, if I'm 5 minutes or so behind schedule, I don't care. I'm going to sit down in my home in silence without my phone, without any music, and I'm going to enjoy my breakfast. Today, I just opened my back door and I just enjoyed my smoothie, okay? And sitting there thinking about the post you're going to make about how much you rested and how much self-care, that does not count, okay? Turn it all off. You don't have to be sitting in your mind composing your post about how you're going to tell people how much rest you got, okay? Just do it. Just do it. Find a place on the inside of you where you are able to rest. It is imperative to your mental health, and believe it or not, your mental health and your physical health are connected. If you don't rest this, eventually, this right here, this body you got, it's going to break down on you, okay? All right, y'all, make sure you like and share the video. This is BJ the Counselor. I'll be back tomorrow with your next Freedom Key. Take care.